What's up, y'all? Okay, Reese here from Set Apart Gardens. I'm not in the garden today. I am actually just getting off of, well, I didn't get off of a harvest, right? My husband harvested these figs and they're starting to get really soft, and I want to preserve them before they get any softer. So I figure I will take you along with me, okay? This is not going to be extensive. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't even take it as a tutorial because it's gonna be my very first time doing this specific recipe, and it's not necessarily a recipe as much as it is a method. I'm not following the ingredients that she's saying specifically. I will pop the recipe method that I'm using in the description so that you can actually use it if you want to do your own refrigerator jam, but I'm just following the concept, and we'll talk more about that when we get into cooking, of what I mean by that. But anyway, come along with me as I preserve my figs and make a refrigerator jam. Okay, cool. So let me show you what I have. So first and foremost, I have some grapes, and I have, look, I done smashed them in. I have some figs. I'm about to put these in a strainer and rinse these real quick, and then throw them in. I typically, if they were hard enough, I would cut them up, but I'm just probably gonna cut off the tops and then throw them in this pan and go from there. I already got the pan on, so yes. Let's do that. Judging by everything that I have out on the counter, you can see that I'm living my life, right? Okay, good. You see I got a water gun and a papaya. It's not relevant. I'm literally cooking for my family. I'm about to cook some chicken bites. I got some eggs being boiled. I've got a smoothie for me over here. So this is not a big preservation day. And when I'm doing stuff like this, first off, when I'm doing stuff like this, meaning when I'm living my life, I have found personally for me that I don't have time to be trying to do stuff exactly how other people do it. This recipe calls for frozen berries. I don't have that. Plus, I'm supposed to be preserving figs. So I said making a fig jam of some sort. I just want to preserve. So I need to see what I have already and what goes with the taste profile. I figure figs and grapes go well together. They're not frozen. So because they're not frozen, I thought to myself, well, when you put frozen berries in a pot and you introduce them to heat, they release some type of water. So I put just a tad bit of water in the pot. That's not on the recipe. So that's what I mean by concept. Like, when you live in your life, you get to a point, I've gotten to a point where I'm like, I need to learn how to make jams. And the only way I'll be able to do that is, and this is just in my mind, is not following a recipe, but looking at the concept and seeing if it works. Another thing that it's asking for is lemon juice. I don't have store-bought lemon juice, but I do have lemons. So I'm gonna juice these lemons. It says 2 tablespoons, so I probably just need 1. And it's saying 1.5 cup of sugar or honey. I'm gonna use the rest of this honey that I have. Literally, I'm about to put it in right now. And the kids are arguing. So I'm excited about that. I'm not even measuring this. I'm not measuring this. So that's why I said follow me along the journey. We will see what ends up happening. We'll see if it's good. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just being a real person. I don't have time to be like, I gotta cook, you know, lunch. I'm about to do the same thing with the sugar. Well, actually, I probably could measure the sugar out. Yeah, I can measure the sugar out. But anyway, I'm gonna cook these down and then I'm gonna mash it a little bit when it's time. I don't know, I don't think I have a masher, so I'm gonna use this spoon to mash it. I got this 1/2 cup measuring cup, so I'm gonna go in with my sugar and do 1 cup of sugar. Cause I reckon I did about 1/4 or 1/2 cup of honey. Actually no, all I have is a 1/2 cup. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do have some more sugar, but it's in a big azure bag, and I mean, I want to show y'all what I'm doing, but I'm not trying to, you know, I got a schedule. I got stuff to do. So anyway, we're gonna let that cook down. We'll let that kind of cook. I'm gonna stir that around. My figs was already soft. Listen, first off, is it just me, and this is for those of you who are you know, 30 and up. Some of y'all probably already grandmas, but I'm like, you know, I need to train to be a granny, and granny don't measure everything. You know, I haven't been a cooking girly in my 20s, you know, and plus cooking is not necessarily my passion, but you know what is my passion? Nutrition. Making sure that we're eating nutritionally dense foods. That being said, I just cut this lemon and I'm going to try not to get seeds in the jam while I'm talking. But anyway, oh yeah, and it calls for cornstarch, so I'll show y'all when I stir that in. But for now, I'm just, and I don't even know if I'm following the right steps, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. But anyway, like I was saying, I like to try to make foods taste good. I'm really good with sides and ingredients, right? Mainly because I'm willing to explore. My husband actually last year came in here and preserved the figs, and honey, he didn't use a I don't even think he used a recipe. He just came in here, threw some sugar in there, and I don't know, somehow it was some jam. So, you know, I don't know. I just feel like we're discouraged from making things from scratch because we're so focused on all the moving parts, and some of the moving parts are ingredients and trying to do stuff exactly how other people do it. Another example of that is I'm doing some sourdough from this same website, Sarah Therese. I love her channel. Y'all should follow her. I really like her, and she uses a bread machine. I don't have a bread machine. I don't want a bread machine. I don't like cleaning out all these appliances. Like, I already have a big family. So that being said, I mean, I use her recipe with my hands. You feel me? Like, use what you have and have confidence and make your own stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's better for you. Now, you know, as far as the sugar and, you know, oh, you shouldn't use sugar, you should use, I'm gonna get there. But my thing is, if I'm not a pro at making jam, I'm not about to try to make something sugar-free that I ain't made good with sugar. Just saying, just saying. But anyway, the whole purpose of this video is to show y'all what I'm doing in preserving my food, and to really have a real conversation about the real life. And I'm actually, while this is cooking, I need to start lunch for my kids. So I'm about to chop up this chicken breast and make them some chicken bites. Instead of making them chicken nuggets, instead of doing frozen chicken nuggets, I'm just gonna cut up some chicken thighs, season them up, throw some oil on them, throw a little bit of flour on them. I already got my oil on on the stove top and fry it up, and then I'm gonna make me a chicken bite salad, and then they can have chicken bites and some frozen fries or something like that. I haven't started making my own fries yet, but I will get there. Anyway, the whole point is I don't want to romanticize this life, because it's life and it's great. You know, we're grateful. I'm grateful to even have the freedom to even do this, right? Because if survival called for it, you know, and the Holy Spirit would allow my conscience to do it, well, I might have a job and I might not be able to even be home to even be doing all this. But given the circumstances, I don't want you to think that growing your food is convenient, and but I also want to make it very approachable so that when you do start growing your own food, you don't run into the next roadblock of I'm wasting so much food. Here's the keys. Grow stuff that you actually eat, which you're gonna find is very niched, right? Figs, the only way I'm gonna eat a fig is in jam. But my kids eat peanut butter jelly all the time. I told you I'm making my own bread. But when I don't make my own bread, I go buy Dave's bread and we have homemade jam. You know what I'm saying? Like, not just trying to make this so, and you need a dehydrator, and you need this, and you need to do that, and you need to do that. I mean, I'm not telling you that this jam is gonna turn out good, but if it do, then I proved the point. And if it don't, then I'm gonna try it again, and I'm still probably not gonna follow exactly what somebody is saying, because again, I'm trying to make something out of what I have. I had grapes on hand, and I didn't want to waste those. And then I had figs, and I didn't have enough figs to make a decent amount of jam. So anyway, I'm gonna keep on letting this simmer. I'm gonna go ahead, and the video is not about cutting up chicken thighs or chicken breasts or whatever I got out here. So I'm not going to belabor that point, and I'm also not gonna keep talking your head off. We'll be back when I do something different that you haven't seen with this jam that I'm making. Okay? Okay, oh. You see? Grab the merch. Description. You're set apart? Rock the gear. All right, folks. So this is how it's looking. I had it kind of turned up a little bit higher. Probably kind of like the medium high. I have one of these little thingamajigs, so I'm finna go in with this and see if I can't smooth this out. I want you to see how the consistency is changing. And I'm going just a little bit. Hey babe, we doing Bible study today? Huh? Okay. Okay, so at this point it's giving applesauce. Ooh. Alright. I'll link this below as well. Again, the recipe don't call for black chia seeds, but they're really good for, hey, close the door, I'm recording. For one, it's a good thickening agent, but for two, it adds omega-3s and 6s, protein. It's a protein source. And the recipe called for cornstarch, which I went ahead and made a roux. That's the only way I know how to do cornstarch. I did some, and yes, this is in, listen, I'm black. We reuse this so my toddler feel like he getting some branded yogurt every time. But anyway, so I used, I did like a little warm water roux. I put just a little bit of cornstarch in here. And then put some warm water in here so that, you know, the temperatures are not competing and it doesn't clump up. And I'm just gonna put a little bit in there. You probably should taste it at this point, but it don't matter too much because I don't have no more. I mean, I could do this. I don't have no more. I ain't gonna put no more sweetener in it, but I don't have no more sugar right now. So that I feel like pulling out, that is. So now I'm just doing a consistency game. So I'm gonna keep it on about 2 or 3. I don't want to start popping up or nothing like that. And we will see. We will see. And I'm not canning this, but I do plan on doing that in the winter. I'm super excited about that. Okay, we'll be back. We'll be back. Listen, folks. I tasted this chia. Let me tell you something. Yes, indeed. Okay. Very much yummy. Okay. Okay. I'm letting it cool down. I'm gonna keep it on the stove for a little bit longer to see if it's gonna thicken up. If it don't thicken up, I'm most likely gonna add more chia seeds since I done turned off my burner. And I'm just gonna add it a tablespoon of probably 3 tablespoons at a time. 1, 2, 3, I don't know. That's just how my brain is working at this moment. And then let it continue to sit. That chia seed gonna do it. So I will show y'all what it looks like. And then I'm also gonna see if people wait to stop being real steaming, but just still hot, and then they put it in they glass jars. I have to see all that, because again, y'all, I'm just living my life. I'm about to fry up this chicken for these childrens, and we'll be back. Folks, listen, as you can see, based on how greasy this situation is, we didn't eat. And I turned it on a little bit to see if it was gonna get thicker, and it did. I don't know if it's gonna get thicker overnight, but we'll see. This is glass, and you can see what it's used for. If y'all know, if y'all can link a video to make it easy to take these off, let me know. But for now, honey, we're gonna keep it on there. Y'all know it ain't wine. Y'all know it ain't wine. I mean, look, this, I'm not gonna do this fancy. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I'm the worst person to do this. But I did look and see that, you know, you can put it in here after it cool down a little bit. So I did let it cool down a little bit, and as long as it's glass, it's fine. This other one is plastic. It's like, oh crap. What I told y'all. Y'all, I'm making a freaking mess, bro. Okay. I got the little, it's just a little bit in here. A little bit left. Girl, let me clean this up. Transition. All right. This is the final thingy situation. Okay, listen. That's it. That's it. That is how we preserved our figs today. If you enjoyed doing that, let me know. I don't usually do a lot of cooking videos. I feel like leave the cooking to the people that like to cook. But at the end of the day, I do cook because I do have a whole bunch of churn and I have a man. So let me know if that's something you want to see, because it's going to be very, very approachable. But look, if it's nasty, I'm going to I'm gonna tell you. And we gonna go out and get something to eat. But remember, if you give them the power to feed you, you give them the power to starve you. Catch you later.
Bombs over Baghdad really ain't that bad. Little wiretap, yes, yes. Little dodge in the IRS. Little haven from the tax man.